Okay, we're live, I believe, on YouTube, and we're going to click record. I want to welcome all the guests, welcome all the folks watching live. If you're watching the replay, I'd like to say welcome as well. Let me click the record button and we'll get rocking and rolling. Like I said earlier, before we hit record or before we went live streaming, we will be fairly quick, probably 3 hours. No, well, my goal today is to assist you in making a quality decision within 20 minutes. This is a very simple program. Sometimes people confuse it. Our goal today is really to assist you in creating a free account. Someone invited you here to take a look at this program. They may have said that this is a program where you can get incredible returns, whatever it may be. However, they approach you about this. Today's goal is to assist you on really creating a free account, then referring you to get your questions asked and answered, and also watching your full presentation. There are full presentations where you could take a very deep dive. What I'm going to do is going to really just do a quick overview. So if someone shared this with you here, this I'm going to share with you how to create a free account. This is called Polar Tensor. It's about advanced AI trading technology. Discover how AI-driven strategies analyze markets, optimize portfolios, and manage risk for maximum investment outcomes. Okay, so if you're looking at a website like this, you can look at a brief introduction, a full presentation. You can click to learn about the founder, about the technology. You can really take a deep dive here as well. You can listen to the proof of trades. This is something I'm going to go over too, not the trades.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming together on this Sunday evening.
So you can watch about the proof of trades, the legal and compliance. You can do a deep dive, learn about the rewards program here. And once you go through here, you can click enroll now. Once you're enrolled with a free account, you can go to the App Store and get your Polar Tensor app. This is what creating a free account looks like. You just simply put your details in here. It's not free for 30 days or anything else. It's just a free account, right? So you can just create that account and then get your questions asked and answered. I'll share with you first how I was approached this way to put it into context and why I'm doing this. Does that make sense? I had a friend of mine reach out to me about this, and he called me on the phone. We have that relationship where he can call me up on the phone. He said, "Hey, Vin, take a look at this program. I'm going to send you a link. You can create a free account. If you want to get started, you can get started for as low as $100. And the returns are on average about 2.5% per week." That personally was enough for me. What I did was just what I shared with you. I created a free account, and I looked at a few larger presentations, longer deep dive presentations. I says, this looks great. I did fund it. Hey, what's up, Maddie? What's going on, buddy? And by the way, if anyone's on the air, if you want to just chime in or whatever else, if you have any questions, somewhat of an open forum. I don't have this as the Hollywood Squares type of Zoom. We do those as well for team trainings and things like that. So to put it into context for you, because most people are like me, they come from the working class. I come from the working class, go to school, get good grades, safe, secure job with pension and benefits. I did that. I was in law enforcement for 11 years. Then I rolled over my pension to the New York City Fire Department. I was a New York City firefighter for 10 years. I've always done the 401k, 457, the Roth IRA, things like that. Okay. And so I did the other day, right? And by the way, I like the interaction and stuff. And by the way, if you're on YouTube, feel free to drop in the comments or any questions you have. And so I did what I was supposed to do, and that's good advice too. My kids all have jobs. They started the Roth IRA, things like that, and those are traditional vehicles. Over the years, I've heard about cryptocurrency. Unfortunately, I don't have $5 million sitting in a Bitcoin wallet, Ethereum, or any Doge or any of those things. You probably don't either. Most of us don't. But as we go through this, we're going to realize that like crypto's here, digital assets are here. The world's gone digital. So it's like get involved or get left behind. That's how I felt. Last year, I finally went kicking and screaming into the crypto space. Actually, about 13 months ago, I I got started in cryptocurrency. I got started in mining and nodes and AI crypto trading, like the program I'm going to share with you today. I think AI crypto trading right now is like the easiest to understand. If you have a savings account, I'm going to share with you. This is pretty much the same thing, except accelerated. We know AI is accelerating everything in the world. We know AI is here. We hear it every single day. Why not have AI? I want to, for me personally, it's like AI, yeah, you pay my bills. You do that. That's the world we live in right now. So to me, I said, that's exciting. I'm in. So what I did was I created a free account 3 months ago. I started watching some Zooms, and really, this is like my second or third Zoom to share this. I started sharing this with people because I believe in it. I see, like, in other words, my belief level right now, if you're just seeing this for the first time, is different than yours. And I get it if you're reluctant because there's positive things you can see on the internet and negative things. There's negative things about anything. So you've got to do your own diligence. I'm going to share with you. And I don't think that really needs to be said, but for some people, I guess you got to say that. I'm going to share with you something called a polar tensor. That's the name of this program. There is a disclaimer, right? There's no income guarantees, there's no returns, guarantees of returns, there's no guarantees of anything in life. I can't predict. Can you guys see the screen? Let me make sure you can see the screen. I think you can. If I can't predict the weather, you can't predict what's going to happen right next. So that's what's happening. I just want to make sure you guys can see the screen. Okay. Yes, we see it. Very good. Thank you for the interaction. I do like that stuff, especially if I'm live, obviously. And so you've got to do your own diligence. That's what I did. I created a free account. I started watching some overviews. I did fund the account to see it work. And that's just what I did. Okay. So I'm going to get into this and keep this really simple. I saw the numbers. I'm a numbers guy. Most of us are numbers. Every time I've gotten my bills in life, they had numbers attached to it, right? So these are the historical returns of this Polar Tensor program. Okay, so it's just over 20% per month. Okay, and these are these are the documented returns over the last 24, 26 months actually. And so I want to share with you something that you already know, right? You already know, like, a savings account. What is the average rate of a savings account? Currently, it's 0.38% average rate of return per year. That's annual. So that will give you a passive income. Passive income meaning you set it and forget it, right? You put your money in the bank and it makes you, let's just say on $1,000 in this example, $3.80 for the year. Okay, so let's just say it's 1%. If it was 1%, that'll average annual return $10 a year. If it's 2%, that's $20 a year. What I want to share with you, and you already know this as well, even if it's $20 a year, if you factor in inflation, the devaluation of the dollar, you're actually losing $18 per year in the bank if it was 2% on $1,000 savings account. Over the course of 2 years, that's $36 of a loss. And excuse me, over 3 years, it's $53. So we know that. I know that, but I still, listen, I still keep money in the bank. And by the way, this program isn't an either or, do this or that. It's not a 401k or this. I wanted to diversify. Most people do. I wanted to add this into my life. Again, not getting left behind in the whole cryptocurrency space. So this is what that looks like. I do want to share with you, as an example, Polar Tensor AI trading account. If you did have $1,000 in this account, on average, right, the average weekly return, let's just call it 2%. Even though if you look at each tier, if you had $100, it's 2.64, $500 is 3.17, and so on and so forth. But let's just say it's 2%, so it's even with the example I just shared with you with the bank, right? Using $1,000, 2%, but that's weekly. The returns here are weekly. So in this case, weekly, with an average weekly return, that $1,000 would be $2,800 over the course of 1 year. Over the course of 2 years, it's $7,800. Over the course of 3 years, that would be $21,000. Again, past results do not dictate future results. Same thing as our bank, same thing as mutual funds, same thing as every risk in life. I'm just giving this as an example. But when you see this example, I see things like this. I'm like, well, why wouldn't I diversify into something like this? Okay. Now, oh, what was that? What did I just click? Let me get rid of that. Okay. So now, if you had, as an example, $2,000 in that account over the course of 3 years, that'd be $43,000. If you had $8,000 in the account at 2% per week, that would be $175,000. And if that was, and if you look, the average weekly return for an $8,000 account in Polar Tensor on average is 3.7% per week. But this is with 2% a week. If you did factor in even 3%, which is still less than 3.7, that would be $804,000 over the course of 3 years. So, when you look at these numbers, for me personally, again, diversifying made sense. And you can get started one for free to create a free account. That's what this whole Zoom is for. Someone invited you. They said, hey, start a free account, right? Take a look, watch a full presentation, get your questions asked and answered. Okay. Every single Monday through Thursday, there's a presentation, a full presentation at 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern. Actually, Thursday at 3 p.m. and then 6 p.m. on Thursdays Eastern time. You can get on and there's a full transparent Q&A that you can ask any question that you want. And I like that it's very transparent. What I did was this, because I have to get my steps in, like I'm going to get my steps, my workout in after the Zoom. I listened to the recorded Q&A. And when I did that, they were asking questions that I didn't even think to ask, but it gave me where I am right now to have the belief to do a Zoom on this right now from when I started a free account and then funded it. So you can start a free account and then fund it for as little as $100 or get started with whatever, $100,000. You do whatever it is that you want to do. Okay. And obviously that's what you're going to do anyway. So here we see what I just shared with you. A lot of people in the world we live in right now are looking to play catch up. I heard recently, I know I'm going back and forth to the screen share or not. Recently, I heard, what was the number? Was it 37 million Americans over the age of 50 don't have a retirement account, don't have money in savings, which is scary when you think about the price of everything in the world, food, clothing, shelter, all the turmoil, all the people have no idea what's happening next. There's a lot less trust in what's happening in the world right now. So people are realizing they've got to do something, right? So a lot of people are interested in programs like this. It's not the only program like this. There's other programs out there that I'm going to share with you why I like this particular program. Now, a lot of people say this is what I said when I first got started. I don't understand cryptocurrency. Let me share with you these numbers because these numbers are alarming. In 2009, there was less than 100 users worldwide using cryptocurrency. Fast forward 10 years, there's 45 million people in 2019, but still less than 1% of worldwide users of cryptocurrency. In 2020, the world changed. It almost tripled, more than doubled, right? To 101 million people, 1.3% in 2020. So in 2020, it's 1.3%. Fast forward 6 years, it goes to 12%, a billion people. And they say over the next 5 years, it's going to over 30% of worldwide users using cryptocurrency. So this isn't my opinion, not your opinion. It's really no one's opinion. This is happening. So again, I like programs like this because I can diversify and it's a set it and forget it program. I don't even have to look at this thing. And that's what I did. I got started and I didn't look at it. And then I started looking at it and then I'm saying, wait, this is growing. Let me learn more, right? Introducing Polar Tensor. If you want to learn everything you've got to learn about the owner, the starter, the history of this program, it's like 8 years in the making of this program to build your belief and see the full transparency, because that's what I like about this program is the full transparency, the proof of the trades, the proof of everything. And this is another thing that I like quite a bit. This is like, to me, I've never seen anything like this. What I'm sharing with you, this insurance protection program, this asset protection, this protects, excuse me, it protects, if you see at the bottom, licensed accounts are protected for every Polar One AI user, not only their license fees, but their total account. So your total account balance is actually protected from professional liability, cybersecurity, operational risk, and third-party liability. Not protected from the ups and downs of the market. It's protected from any nefarious activity. And I think that's what we all look to be protected by. We know the markets go up and down, but we want to be protected from like a rug pull, or if someone's out taking monies from us, we want that our account balance is protected. And that's something that gives me, look, I created accounts for my kids because of this program. Okay, so I'm going to share with you how to get started utilizing the trading software here. Let me draw this out. Wait, can you? Yeah, I think you guys can still see the screen, right? So there is a 10% software fee. So to use the software, it's a 10% one-time license fee. So in other words, if you get started for $100, it's going to cost $10. 10. Okay. We suggest people get started, if you're going to do $100, get started for $112, because minus 10%, which would be $11.20, you would start your account with $100.80. Okay. So it's a one-time license fee of 10%. Performance by tier, I'll explain that in a minute. Weekly profit distribution, it compounds weekly every Friday at about 7 p.m. Eastern. You could withdraw this at any time. Okay, there is a 10% fee. There's no lock period on your, come here, puppy. There's no lock period on your money. Okay, one of my dogs is looking to get out of the office. So there's 10% if you withdraw in under 12 months, 5% if it's within 24 months, and then it's free after 24 months. So there's no lock period on the money. There's no like, you waiting for your money to double and take your seed money out. There's none of that, right? You could do that. You could take your money out at any time. There's a 0% withdrawal fee. So there's a flat fee of $2 USDT, which means if you take out $50, $5,000, $50,000, or $1,000,000, it's a $2 flat fee. I'm going to share with you what the performance fee schedule means. Now we're going to work off the number 5.29% per week, because that is the average the company is making. Some weeks are higher, some weeks are lower. So these are the different tiers. You can see starter, $100. Starter is like $100 to $499. Then basic, let me draw on the screen again. All right, let me go here. Get my thing here. Starter, $100. Basic, $500 to $19.99. Advanced, $2,000. Okay, professional, $8,000. Elite, $25,000 to $100,000. And then enterprise is $100,000 or more. Okay, the performance fee. If you see here, the performance fee for each tier decreases as you go from tier to tier. That means if you go to any brokerage, whether it's Merrill Lynch or anywhere, there's going to be a performance fee on your funds. Here's the same thing. You see starters 50%, then basic is 40%. And as you go higher in the tier, there's a lower performance fee. That's why you keep more money. Okay, you see as you go through. This is why we go over this too, because if someone wants to put in $1,800, they're better off topping it off at $2,000. This way they make sure they are in the advanced tier, and you keep more monies. You make more in the percentage. And this is why you can see, this is why the percentage returns increases as you go through the tiers. Or if you get started at a tier, but you also, again, the goal is to grow your account. It's the same thing with your mutual funds, same thing with your bank account, same thing with anything, is to grow your account. When your account grows, the computer automatically picks it up and puts you in the next tier, and you will receive more funds, more percentage of the returns that week. Okay. Polar Exchange is born. This is why I recommend people, once you get started, start watching or listening to some of the presentations. Take a deep dive on the Polar Exchange being born. And that is why there is, in fact, an affiliate plan attached to this model. And I'll share with you why there is an affiliate. I mean, there's an affiliate for everything. If you go to Target has an affiliate, Amazon has an affiliate, Costco has an affiliate. Every program out there has an affiliate or a rewards program or a referral link. There's not a business that I can even think of that does not have one. So everything has that. The reason I'm doing this Zoom is because of the affiliate program. Otherwise, why would I be doing a Zoom? Let's just be real. The reason why someone invited you to see this is because they want more customers to create the exchange that Felix Bick has created. It's in, I think, alpha or beta testing right now, is because you can't have if you have if you want to have an exchange of about $50 billion, you can't have 50 people on an exchange. You have to have a million plus users. So word of mouth, as we know, I mean, look at Facebook. Look at everything's word of mouth. I didn't hear of Facebook because I put face and book.com. Someone said, are you on Facebook? Do you have this? Word of mouth is everything. And because of social media, it makes everything accelerate much, much quicker. Now, if you've ever been involved in a home-based business or an affiliate marketing program or network marketing or any type of business, then there's a few things that need to be in place for you to have success if you want recurring income, if you want residual income, if you want passive income. Now, what I like about this program is you can tell no one, and the whole point of it is it creates passive income. Just like your bank creates passive income, the difference here is if it was 2% in your bank and a year in your bank and 2% a week here, it would take you 52 years in a bank what you could do here in 1 week. Okay, so this works 52 times faster. Why? Because AI works 52 times faster, a million times faster than we can, right? You can go to ChatGPT right now and say, write me a book in 1 minute, it'll have a. So we understand AI is here. 2, 3 years ago, most of us weren't even using AI. Now it's accelerating everything. I come from New York. If you haven't heard my accent, I come from New York. I have a lot of friends that used to work on the trade on Wall Street on the floor there. None of them work there anymore. This isn't anything new. Machine trading, AI trading isn't new. This is happening. Banks are using it now. We as people can use platforms like this. So the reason I like the affiliate program is because if I have a customer, someone I refer to anything, what makes this different than any product or any service I've ever marketed is the customer, someone who doesn't want to tell anyone about it. They just want to have an account and that's it. That's all they want to do. That customer makes passive income without telling anyone. That's the whole point of this. That customer, my retention rate of that customer is probably 100% or close to 100% retention. If you've ever been in any type of business, retention is a real problem. So in other words, if you're building a team of people and you have no retention, you're going to keep building new teams. So if that's the case, you'd be better off selling real estate or cars for a high ticket. If you're looking to create a passive income, a residual income, and you want to use a leverage affiliate plan that network marketing provides, where you can invite a handful of people who can invite a handful of people. It's one to a few to many, then many to many. And you can literally create a global business with no overhead. There's no monthly to this program. There's none of that. So if you're looking to create compounding interest, you do it as a customer. If you're looking to create compounding interest and compounding income, this is a great program. The two things that have my attention here is, well, a few things. One, you could start a free account, right? Two is that you could start for as low as $100 just to set it and forget it and watch. Three is the full transparency. They've had the founder on Zooms. I've had friends that I know personally, met the founder and been with the founder, Felix Bick, and you can track all the trades. So the transparency is there. The biggest thing for me is the asset protection, the insurance protection program. That's a big deal. The next thing is, I think what's going on in the world right now that's so insane is really driving the business to create a passive income, not to be morbid, but that's not attached to my heart beating. I'm a family guy. Creating passive income, you have recurring bills, you may as well have recurring income. And so the days of people trading time for dollars and that being enough, right? Because I did that for 25 years. I was a W-2 employee for 25 years. There's not enough time in the day to keep up with the price of food, clothing, shelter, eggs, insurance, everything else. You don't know what's going to happen next. So I'll encourage folks to, one, like I said 7 times already, create a free account. Two, get on a full presentation, watch a full Q&A. Because again, if you can go and search online, and there's going to be positive and negative about everything. I mean, think about anything that you love so much. There's negative things out there about it. Anything that you love, there's positive things about that. But you've got to make your own choice and do your own diligence on things, right? That's what I do. There's programs I look at. People pitch me all day, every day, and twice. Today I got pitched twice on Sunday with different things. I'll do what I can to look at a program, and then I'll make up my own mind. So you make up your own mind, obviously, right? Get back to the person who shared this with you. Is there any questions? I'm not watching the YouTube right now. I'm on the Zoom. If anyone has any questions on how to get started, what I'm going to do is just so folks know, I just got back from vacation, right? We had an amazing vacation. My family of 6, and two of my sons had their girlfriends. So I had the pleasure of buying 8 people dinner, breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day. Be that as it may, we had an amazing time. Right now is the beginning of the summer. I will be assisting people if you want to learn how to build a business like this. That's something I do know how to do. Don't ask me about crypto wallets. Don't ask me about every single trade, how that stuff works, because that's not my thing, right? And that's why I like this program, because I don't have to know about that. I just like I don't know. You don't have to know anything about how the whole financial world works. You know, if you have money in a savings account, or it's set it and forget it. It's the same thing here. It's literally the same thing, right? And so if you don't have any cryptocurrency to get started, get with the person who invited you here. They'll help you do that. And then there's videos that'll show you how to create a wallet. Maybe it's time, if you haven't done that yet, maybe it's time you do that. That's how I felt last year. I said, you know what? I'm going to have to get my head in the game. I'm going to have to take an hour of my time and learn how to connect my bank account to a crypto wallet so I can buy crypto, go back and forth into my bank. And now you can do that. And what I love about a program like this is just math. This is simple. The program's making you returns. If AI is doing it, and those returns you can send from a wallet to your bank account to pay bills. Like the way I see it, yeah, why don't I have AI pay my bills rather than me do it? We live in the Jetsons now. It's like that's the world we live in. Okay, so again, get back to the person who invited you, and we will assist you on getting started. If you want to learn how to build a team, that I can help you do. Okay, like I said, don't ask me how to build a wallet. We'll get a wallet and do that stuff. Watch videos on that. Watch a full presentation on this program. That's what will help you. I did went over 20 minutes, but I did stay under 30. So I will say thank you for tuning in. God bless you, and I will see you at the top. Let's go do it. Thanks. And I'm going to stop the live stream. And if you're on live, I want to say thank you on YouTube. There should be a link below. If it's not there now, I'm going to place a link below.